ama waliweza kusema wazi kwamba wamegundua kwamba gavana hana ubinafsi wa kupeleka Wachina pale, lakini ana malengo mazuri ya kuhakikisha kwamba wale watu maisha yao yanainuka. Hayo tu ndio baadhi ya mambo ambayo yanaendelea kaunti ya Migori.
Siku ya jana wakazi wa Migori hasa vijana walikuwa wanalalamika sana ya kwamba vijana wana kazi na wamesoma. Unaweza kudogeza mambo gani kutoka na hayo?
Vijana walikuwa wanasema kwamba ingawa watu walikuwa wanasherehekea siku ya mashujaa, walikuwa wanasherehekea wale watu ambao walipigania ama walihakikisha kwamba tunatumia katiba ya mwaka 2010, the 2010 constitution, na walikuwa wanasema kwamba wamekuwa wakipata miradi ya maendeleo katika kupitia serikali za county, kwa sababu serikali za county zimeanza kufanya kazi mwaka wa 2013 if I'm not wrong, and sasa walikuwa wanalalamika kwamba kuna baadhi ya sehemu ambazo hawajakuwa wakifurahia. Kwa mfano, mfumo mpya wa elimu wamelazimishwa, wazazi wanahisi kwamba wamelazimishwa na mfumo huu mpya wa elimu. Walikuwa wanahisi kwamba wamelazimishwa na mfumo huu wa kufadhili masomo ama new funding model. Pia walikuwa wanalalamika kwamba wamelazimishwa na swala nzima la bima ya afya, that is SHIF au SHA. Alafu pia wakalalamika kwamba kuna baadhi ya counties ambazo ukienda katika zahanati na hospitali hautapata dawa. Inamaanisha kwamba kuna wizi wa dawa katika baadhi ya hospitali za county ama zahanati za county. Na pia walikuwa wametuma ujumbe kwa serikali za county ama magavana kuhakikisha kwamba inaweka mikakati dhabiti ya kuwakaribisha wawekezaji, ili wawekezaji wakuje ili waweze kuwekeza katika counties, ili vijana waweze kupata ajira. Na katika swala nzima la vuta wawekezaji, nafikiria unajua kitu cha kwanza ambacho kinawavuta wawekezaji ni kitu ambacho kinaitwa political stability kwa lugha ya Kimombo. Hivi basi magavana nao na viongozi katika serikali za county na hata viongozi katika serikali ya juu ihakikishe kwamba wanaweka matulivu ama wanaweka siasa kando, kwa sababu sasa hivi ni wakati wa kuwatumikia wenyeji ama wananchi. Kwa sababu tukiangazia kaunti hii ya Migori, kuna baadhi ya wanasiasa ambao bado wameanza kampeni za mapema na tumekuwa tukishuhudia vurugu hapa na pale. Sasa ombi langu kwao ni kwamba wahakikishe kwamba wanaweka political stability ili wawekezaji waweze kuja kwa wingi. Yes.
Thank you so much, Lennox, for giving us briefs in Migori County. Now let us dive into the People Daily newspaper. This top story: One Nation, Two Deputy Presidents. In a bizarre political development, both impeached Rigathi Gachagua and Interior CS Kindiki lay claim to Harambee House Annex. Hiyo tutapata in page 4, 5 and 6. And also on the same note, Gachagua clutches at straw. Son of Mau faced it with fate today as judge hear case challenging Ruto's
pick for second in command. Pale tunaona picha yake rais wa mahakama CJ Martha Koome, na tunatarajia kuona iwapo haki itatendeka ama iwapo haki itakosa kutendeka. Sitaki kusema haki inafaa kuenda upande gani, lakini tunatarajia kuona haki.
Now let us jump into page 4 where the top story is. One country, two deputy president as Gachagua and Kindiki scramble. Unfolding drama over second in command after delayed swearing in following the court orders. Now, we did say that even after the Senate upheld the impeachment of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua,
yes,
and they also passed that he should impeached, immediately Paul Mwite rushed to the court.
Yeah. And
lodged a
which is
complaint,
normal.
which is normal.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we also realized that the president had forwarded the name of
Abraham.
Kithure Kindiki,
Yeah.
and the parliament had passed everything. It has been gazetted in the Kenya Gazette. Now, what remained was just for him to be sworn in, which did not see the light of the day. Now we have the two deputy presidents in the Republic of Kenya. What is that? What signal are we getting? What signal is the government of Kenya sending?
I just feel we have a dysfunctional government. That is all I can say. We have a dysfunctional government. And we have seen leaders in this country, they are defying court orders. And if in any case court orders will be defied this time round, it is something which is normal.
I don't want you to get into that direction, because when the whole process was stopped, court ordered that it should be stopped. It was stopped.
Yeah.
The court order was never defied.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you still think.
What I mean is, I feel court orders might be defied.
Why
So,
do you think
I think let us just wait for the determination. Then after that, then we will see what next. Because
remember,
we don't know the fate of Gachagua today. Even he himself, he doesn't know his fate. The only people who knows Gachagua's fate are the three bench judges who are going to give out their ruling today. And is it today or Thursday?
Today,
Yeah.
he is in a court.
Yeah.
And on Thursday,
Yeah.
he will be also in the court,
Yeah.
whereby the Senate moved to say that his impeachment should be upheld.
Yeah. So let's wait and see. Yeah.
Now, the story brings in what's known as, now let me give you the key points on the story. Rigathi Gachagua and the Interior CS Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki are both laying claims to the Deputy President's lot.
Yeah.
At the same time, Senate delivered
Its verdict,
its verdict
in the absence,
of the embattled Gachagua, who had been taken ill and rushed to Karen Hospital. And also, Gachagua's lawyer, Paul Muite, filed a case at High Court that led to the suspension of Kindiki's appointment as the new deputy president. Now, that is what to expect in the story. The story is by Samuel Karaoke.
Yeah.
Please grab your copy and read. It is in page 4 of the People Daily newspaper. Kindiki, the man set to replace Gachagua. What do you know about Kindiki? The story is all about what you know about Kindiki. Initially, a front runner in the 2022, and the law professor is seen as a deputy who would be less likely to ruffle feathers with the president. Now, the story is by BBC. Now, who is this Kindiki? Now, he's a close ally to the president. He served as a lawyer more than a decade ago before International Criminal Court. Remember when the now president, William Ruto, was taken to International Criminal Court, he was their lawyer.
Yeah.
They became friends. And also say he began his political career in March 2013 when he was elected as a senator for Tharaka Nithi County and served as a Senate Majority Leader for 5 years. And also, many thought Kindiki would be named Ruto's running mate in 2022. But Gachagua clinched the position. Ruto later said he missed the chance by
a whisker.
So that is the man. It means these people have been long time friends. I don't know what is going to happen next, but that's a story about Kithure Kindiki. Please grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read. Judges hear case challenging Deputy President impeachment. Now, Kirinyaga Court had issued conservatory order barring Kithure Kindiki from being sworn in to replace Gachagua. Now, that's what the story is all about, and it gives that in page 6. The story is by Masimwai, and other cases that we have. Apart from this case, we have other cases. Besides Kirinyaga matter being heard today, several other cases touching on Gachagua that supposed to be determined by court this week. There are several other cases, and that is on Thursday. 3-judge bench will hear argument about an order issued by Justice Muita that stayed the implementation of the Senate's decision upholding Gachagua's impeachment.
Yeah.
So today we have the High Court. On Thursday we'll have the 3-judge bench, which is going to hear, because we see that also the Senate also moved and said their ruling should be upheld. This man should go home. I know you don't want to say anything about that, but it is okay.
No,
Now,
the only thing I can say is that I still feel for Gachagua. That's the reality.
it is okay.
That is
You
the
have a
reality.
feeling for Gachagua.
I really feel for this man. Imagine going into an hospital bed as a state officer. Then you leave that same hospital bed as a mwananchi. You got-
My biggest worry would be, what if in a case whereby the court ruled against his impeachment? What happens to Kithure Kindiki?
I think that's a story for that day. If in any case it will happen.
And again, come to think of it, yesterday we saw
Yeah.
that according to the Constitution, it was floated around, according to the Constitution, RCS is supposed to resign earlier, at least 3 months, before being appointed. But
Yeah.
here we did see the president moving with speed to appoint CS Kindiki, which some people claim it is against the law.
Yeah, so we will what we are expecting is just lawyers arguing constitutionally, because, I saw someone saying that, these lawyers, they wait for people who don't know how to interpret laws to make mistakes so that they can interpret laws the way they can interpret constitution the way it suits their client. Yeah, so what we are waiting is to see Bible verses being exhausted, Quran verses being exhausted, constitutional articles here and there being exhausted. So that's what we expect, but we will be following it live, and it will be brought to you live.
Yeah,
I think
from
so.
BTV,
Yeah.
remember to keep tuned to BTV Kenya. We'll bring you live the proceedings in the court on matters determination on the impeachment of the deputy president. Immediately after this show is done, then that will kick off. Please remember to keep tuned to BTV Kenya. Now, Mashujaa Day marked with the Gachagua Charter, a story by David Masharua. Embattled Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua impeachment dominated Mashujaa Day celebration speeches in Nyeri County. The story says the MPs from the county who supported the impeachment motion spearheaded Kibwezi West MP Mwengi Mutuse came under scathing attack during events marking the day held at Mutanga Stadium in Kirita Ward, Ndaragwa constituency. Now, we did see that many people, actually the Mashujaa Day was marked with speeches that is geared actually towards the impeachment motion against the deputy president, that is mostly in Nyeri County. And also we also did see some residents of Nyeri County and Juja walking out from Mashujaa Day. Now that and much more, please follow up and read more comprehensively. Now, Senate initiatives invites public views on President's term limit bill. The Cherarchy bill additionally seeks to create an office of the Prime Minister and distribute vetting powers between two houses of the Parliament, that is the Senate and the August House. Now, what is your take on this? Because we are seeing now a bill which was floated, which seeks to be for the amendment of the term limit, the presidential term limit, from 5 years to 7 years. And it is not only on matters to the presidential term limit, but all the elective posts, that is the president, the senator, the governor, the members of the parliament, the members of the county assembly. What is your take on this bill?
Kile ambacho kilileta mswada huu ni wanasiasa kuanza siasa pindi tu baada ya uchaguzi. Inamaanisha kwamba wanaanza siasa pindi tu baada ya kumaliza siasa. Sasa Cherargei alikuwa anasema kwamba hii kitu ikiwekwa miaka 7 inamaanisha kwamba hakuna wanasiasa ambao watakuwa wanaendeleza shughuli zao za kisiasa, lakini mimi nahisi kwamba hii ndio sasa italeta uchungu zaidi kwa hawa wanasiasa, kwa sababu kama miaka 5 ndio wanashindwa kusubiri kuona kwamba wenzao wanafanya kazi, miaka 5 tu ndio wanashindwa kusubiri, kuwa na subira katika kufanya kazi zao na kuacha wale wengine wafanye kazi zao. Je, miaka 7, sembuse miaka si miaka 7 lakini sembuse miaka 7, unanipata? Inamaanisha kwamba serikali ama Senate ikuje na mikakati dhabiti ama sheria fulani ambayo inasema kwamba iwapo utachaguliwa katika kiti cha UMCA, iwapo utachaguliwa katika kiti cha ubunge, iwapo utachaguliwa katika kiti fulani tu kile ambacho umewania, halafu utavuka mipaka na uanze kufanya kazi ambayo si yako, basi unafaa kufikishwa mahakamani ama unafaa kutolewa, waweke tu sheria ambayo pengine unatolewa bungeni, ama pengine unafungwa, ama pengine unapigwa faini, kwa sababu kile ambacho tunajua ni kwamba MCA anafaa kufanya kazi ya oversight the governor. That is the truth. Hatutarajii mbunge kuanza kufanya kazi ya oversight the governor. Unanipata?
I'm getting you clear.
Sasa inamaanisha kwamba iwapo wewe ni mbunge na utaanza kazi ya kuangalia jinsi governor anafanya kazi, inamaanisha kwamba haufanyi kazi yako kikatiba. Basi wewe ni mtu ambaye pengine unafaa uchukuliwe hatua kali kisheria. Sasa waweke sheria kama hiyo. Yes, senator ni mtu ambaye anafaa kuhakikisha kwamba pesa zinakuja kwenye county. Akishahakikisha kwamba pesa zinakuja kwenye county, MCAs wanafaa kuangazia jinsi hizi pesa zinatumika. Sasa iwapo MCA ataacha kazi yake na kuanza kuangalia jinsi mbunge anafanya kazi, huyu MCA basi achukuliwe hatua, kwa sababu yeye anafaa kuangazia jinsi governor anafanya kazi. Isikuwe ni kwamba tunamaliza siasa, tunaanza siasa, alafu sasa huyu mtu anakuja anasema hapa kwamba miaka 5 ni kidogo sana, sijui watu wanafanya kampeni miaka 2, kwa sababu it's obvious that 2026, in fact even as early as next year 2025, wataanza siasa.
Now, my real concern is they have thrown it to the public.
Yeah.
Most people are not for it.
Yeah.
What is going to happen? Are they still going to pass it? Because this is a bill. And again, we had seen this earlier when the president came to power. There had been hearsay that one of his main agendas is to change the presidential term limit.
Yeah.
Which now we see now happening.
There's a friend of mine, anapendanga sana he likes to quote Article 1 of the Constitution, which states that the power belongs to the people. Yes. It means that sasa wameileta kwa wananchi. Wananchi watatoa hisia zao. Iwapo wengi wa wananchi watasema kwamba hatutaki hiyo term limit ikuwe miaka 7, basi ni lazima wahakikishe kwamba wanaheshimu hisia za wananchi. Na iwapo watakosa kuheshimu hisia za wananchi, basi hakutakuwa na haja ya kuandaa public participation. Yeah, and kile ambacho mimi nataka ni kwamba waweke sheria na mikakati dhabiti ya kuhakikisha kwamba kila mwanasiasa ama kila kiongozi ambaye atachaguliwa afanye kazi yake kikamilifu.
So are you in support of the increasing of the presidential term limit and elective post-term limits?
I'm not in support of that.
Because I've seen matters that touches on the members of the parliament, actually, which they know is for their own benefit. They always shoot at it and they make sure that it sees the light of the day.
Yeah.
But matters that are
That's
against them, like for example, there was a bill which was laid in the parliament. I don't know if it was the parliament, but it was stating that at this point that the idea of CDF should not be left for the members of the parliament. This they fought, and this did not see the light of the day. And this one is touching on them. Everybody wants to serve for a longer period. Now this is now going to be 7. My biggest worry is, are they going to quash this bill? Are they going to bring it down, or they are going to be in support of it?
Kile ambacho wanafaa kufanya, wahakikishe kwamba wanafuata hisia za wananchi. Yeah. Lakini mimi sina siungi mkono mchakato huo, kwa sababu kile ambacho wanafaa kufanya ni vile nimesema tu, sheria iwekwe, kila kiongozi ufanye kazi yako kikamilifu. Yeah.
Like you have always said here again and again, the public participation should be accompanied by civic education.
Yeah.
People should be told, now we are going to conduct public participation. These are the areas, because the areas are, the drafting changes are, the bill seeks to extend the terms of the president and all elected leaders from 5 years to 7 years. The public should be able to know that.
And they should be able to know the advantages and the disadvantages of that. Yeah.
Again, we have also other proposal in the charter bill, in the Charakei bill, includes the creation of office of the prime minister. They should be able to know, the public should be able to know that as you get into this, as you support it or go against it, oppose it, know that it also includes that if you pass it, if you vote for it, then know that in Kenya we are going to have the office of the prime minister.
Yeah.
At the same time, there should be a knowledge to the public that this is the second time such bill has been brought to the parliament after the flop proposed by Fafi MP.
Yeah.
Now that should also be known. And the Fafi actually proposed that the age limit for one to be the president should be 75 years old. So I believe the general public should have the knowledge on that, so that even if you are paying your signature, even if you sign a form, you already have the knowledge of how things should be. Now that is a story by Masimwai. It is in page 3 of the People Daily newspaper. Please grab your copy and read. Now, page 1, page 2, new institute to help nurture young leaders. Now, Kigali-based governance school will offer a world-class graduate level education in leadership and public policy. Now, this institution, which is started by Robert Kagame, and his counterpart, that is Ethiopian Prime Minister.
Yeah.
They are saying there's an institution that they are creating to do matters with leadership and to train people on matters of policy.
Especially the young leaders.
The young leaders
Yeah.
in Kenya. I believe, across Africa. I think this is a big step that Kenyans should embrace as we move. I want us to touch on this story. Marathon champions, marriage dissolved. That is in page 3 of the People Daily newspaper. A story by Winston Chereseni. Now, a former Boston Marathon winner could manage sigh of relief after Eldoret court granted her a divorce she had sought against her estranged husband of 15 years. And remember, the husband is also an athlete.
An athlete.
And the woman is citing that the man has become cruel to him and the man is having extramarital affairs. Now, that's a story which I believe You can grab a copy and read more. Trouble in counties as treasury yet to release cash. Are we now going to blame Migori County Governor again?
Who's always blaming Migori County Governor?
People have been blaming him. Now we see.
You know, the problem with Treasury is that they lag behind with 2 months in disbursing this money. But the new CS, that is John Mbadi, promised to ensure that the exchequer releases gets to county in time. But I don't know what happened, because you see, in the first term, when the 2010 constitution came, sorry about that, came into place, counties used to get their yearly exchequer releases at once. Yeah, like let's say in the county of Migori, it's around 10 billion to 11 billion. It used to come once and for all, so that as a county you manage your funds for that financial year, na kama kuna pesa zitabaki zirudi. Yeah, lakini sasa hivi hizi pesa zinakuja 2 months late. You need to do your own things. You need to the governor needs to ensure that there is development in the county. So I think the national government is paralyzing the operations in the county government indirectly. So they should just ensure that each and every county gets its exchequer release for the whole year at once, as it used to be, so that as a governor you plan that this is the money, every month I should be using this to pay recurrent expenditures and to pay salaries, and then with this one is for development. Because unajua hata kama mtu akona deni yako na anakulipa pole, hiyo pesa haitakusaidia. Ni ukweli ama ni uongo?
Ukweli kabisa.
Sasa kama mtu akona deni yako na anakupea kama shilingi 50, shilingi 20, shilingi 100, hii pesa ukweli wa mambo ni kwamba haitakusaidia. Lakini akikupea once and for all, you can do something na useme hii pesa nilifanya na zile pesa Legrand alinipea, ile deni yangu alinipea ya 100 million or 10 billion or that. Sasa utafanya kitu ambacho kinaonekana. Lakini unapopewa pesa kidogo kidogo na huu uchumi ambao umezorota, my friend, kazi haitaonekana. Which kuna baadhi ya magavana wanajaribu sana kuhakikisha kwamba wanatumia hii pesa vizuri, lakini kuna wengine pia wameshindwa. Yeah.
Now, we also have Kalonzo Musyoka.
Yeah, the new opposition leader.
Kalonzo Musyoka blasts legislatures over Gachagwa's impeachment vote. And the former vice president is saying that the members of parliament were bought.
Yeah,
with us, that the executive actually has kidnapped.
You know, we have got no evidence that they were bought, but I think they performed their constitutional duty. But if in any case they were bought, Kalonzo Musyoka as a lawyer, I think anafaa kuenda mahakamani atoe, because the court works with evidence. That's what I like with the courts, because sisi hatuna evidence.
I think to some extent he's trying to play his new role.
Yeah. Being in
opposition, which I believe, I don't think whether will match
Raila Odinga. But Kalonzo Musyoka, if you have evidence, please rush to court.
Rush to court and give more information.
Yeah.
Now, without taking much time, let us go to the quote of the day. That's the People editorial on page 10.
Yeah.
Let me take this one from the president. I am aware of long-standing land issue, and I can confirm that we have allocated 1.5 billion to purchase land for resettling locals in Kwale County. Remember, it was in Kwale.
Yeah.
And that's what it
And
says.
in Kwale County, there are a lot of squatters. Yeah.
Now, what is your take? Which one are you taking on? Which other quote?
Let me take ya huyu mzungu. There's a worrying gap between what was promised in Montreal and plans put in place so far to reverse the loss of nature by 2030. That one is WWF head of global advocacy Bernadette Hooper. The middle name is so hard
To
So-
pronounce.
to pronounce. Yeah.
Okay, it is okay.
So
Okay, let me also take on this one also from Food for Education Africa CEO, Wawira Njiru. We know that hungry kids can't learn, and as an organization, we are changing that one meal at a time through our work. We are investing in children's future and future of Kenyans and all Africa. Now, that is from a story which is also in the People Daily newspaper that's talking on the idea of coming up with school feeding programs. Yeah, you also get that story there. Now, let us also look at the cartoon of the day.
yeah, cartoon of the day, it has been
What do you
Gachagua.
see there?
I see Gachagua is still clinching on a pillar. I think this is a pillar, right?
A political career.
Yeah, a political career pillar. And he's moving,
The political career pillar is doing what?
is moving
It's
towards...
falling.
Is falling towards... not that it's moving.
It has crack, not even falling. It is cracking.
But it is cracking towards opposition parties.
And also see there, we also see there, the crown should be on
The crown should be on the head, but the
What?
crown is on the leg.
in his foot.
Yeah. So,
And what
and
did he
he's
say?
saying this is not the end, it's just the beginning. But huyu jamaa anakufa maji. You clinch on anything, but namwombea sana. I'm really praying for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even as we pray for him, let
Yeah,
me take
because
thought of the day.
Yeah.
Thought of the day say, liberalism is trust of the people tempered by prudence. Conservationist is distrust of the people tempered by fear.
Yeah. So the quote is by William Gladstone. In fact, I'll also give out. No, I have a quote, by the way.
Okay, give out your quote. As
I always have a quote, by the way. Yeah, laziness is sweet when you don't know that you're lazy.
Laziness is
Sweet
when
you don't know that you're lazy.
that's your quote.
Yeah, that's my
By
quote.
Odede.
Yeah.
Okay, let me take you to sports just to give a glance. Silver lining, that is Kenya under 20.
Yes.
Kenya secures a historic first ever AFCON under 20 qualification despite falling short in the final after 2-1 loss to Tanzania. Actually, the under 20 performed well.
Yeah, they did
From
their
the
best.
games, from the way they played from the start to the end,
Yeah.
it was a good game. And we say kudos to them.
Yeah, they will improve.
They will improve.
Yeah.
Now you can get with that story. Local fighters leave their mark at Raw in the rain. That's also a story I believe you need to And also we have the return of full fitness.
Yeah.
The Barcelona star Gavi thrilled to be back after long injury off. Please also remember to check there. And also we have the result. We have result that is selected Spanish La Liga weekend result. We have Mallorca 1, Rayo 0. We have Atletico Madrid 3,
Leganes won.
We have Villarreal drew with Getafe. Barcelona 5, Sevilla 1. Athletic Club 4, Espanyol 1. Osasuna lost to Real Betis. Girona lost to Real Sociedad. Celta Vigo lost to Real Madrid 2-1. As Deportivo Alves lost to Real Valladolid. And also we have the standing table, both for English Premier League. I'm checking on where there is Manchester is. I always thought Manchester is number 2, only to realize that is Manchester City. No problem. We are standing on position
11. Yes, good.
That's good. That's good for us.
And we are on position 6. Arsenal is on 3.
Also look at the story there. Liverpool put things right against Chelsea after Forest lost Robertson. Check into that also. Wolfsburg 2. Werder Bremen 4. That's also what to expect there. And we also have a story. Football Kenya Federation leadership contest hot up as 9 candidates brace for December 7th polls. Remember, Football Kenya Federation is going to have the elections come December 7th. So let us wait to see. Kogalo Glory, Gor Mahia crush to commanding victory over Posta Rangers to maintain their unbeaten streak in Kenya. Football Kenya Federation Premier League as KCB solidify their top position in
the league.
That's a story which I believe you will grab a copy and read. Now we see, bring it on. We see Mbappe. Borussia Dortmund arrived in Madrid seeking revenge against Real Madrid in a repeat of last season Champions League final. That's, I believe, what you need to check on there. And we also have fixture for the Champions League fixture is there. Arsenal is going to face on Shakhtar Donetsk, Aston Villa, Bologna, Juventus, and many others. Please grab your copy. And also at the back of the People Daily newspaper, you're going to have there for the lovers of betting. Check out. Yes.
Yes.
What do you want to say now? We are done with the newspaper.
Yeah, I think it was so nice. So what Kenyans should expect is the fate of Gachagua. He has really fought Adi Akakonda. So
I don't know whether to empathize with you or to sympathize.
Just sympathize with me because I'm also sympathizing with Gachagua.
Why?
Like I just feel for this man. Like imagine umeenda kwako, unapata mtu pale kwako anakuambia, you know what, this land does not belong to you. I bought this land 20 years ago, or my father bought this land 20 years ago, and he's bringing you the title deed. You also have your copy of title deed, and then you're being evicted. So I really imagine Gachagua being evicted from power. Like someone is telling you now, you know what, you will no longer live in how do we call it? Residential home, Karen, that belongs to the Kenyans. Now you are no longer a state property. You are your own property. The fleet of vehicles you used to have, you will no longer enjoy them. The securities you had, the privileges you had, the office allocation you had, you'll never enjoy them. All you will enjoy is the work you did while you were still employed, maybe as, because I understand he was an administrator, while he was an administrator, and while he was a one-term MP for Madeira. That's all. Can you imagine of that?
Now, let me give you.
And again, you won't be able to contest for any seat.
Now, let me advise you on this. You see, I want to compare and contrast this, what's happening in the government, the Ruto government, or what's happening between Gachagua and the President William Ruto. I want to compare and contrast it with what happens in our houses. You live with your wife. There comes a point, I've seen several, when it reaches a point where a man says, this marriage, I'm done with this marriage. Please, let us part ways for peace. Let us part ways and let each and every person mind his own business.
But
Because
here,
we have seen, this is not we have seen, the athletes from Emirates. It reached a point whereby I believe they said, I cannot contend this anymore. It is better we part ways.
but
So let us not speculate. We don't know what actually happened between the president and the Gachagua.
here comes a case whereby,
because most of the time you heap the blames on the president.
No, I don't-
The president did not impeach Gachagua.
yeah, but here
It
comes,
is the
in
parliament
fact, that's
that
where
impeached
I was coming.
Gachagua.
I was coming to.
It is the same
Here
that
comes,
impeached
here comes
Gachagua.
a case whereby the man of the house is quiet.
What do you want him
He
to
doesn't
say?
utter anything.
That
He
is not
doesn't.
within his jurisdiction. In Kenya, we have the judiciary, we have the legislature, and we have the executive. When the legislatures are doing their job, the president should not even meddle in that. And I believe the president did the right thing to keep off, to shut up, not
No.
to say a word.
He was
because
supposed
that
to
is
forgive.
not under
No,
his jurisdiction.
he was supposed to forgive the truthful man. He was
Now,
supposed to forgive
the
truthful
question
man.
is, was the president impeaching Gachagua or the parliament impeaching Gachagua? Was the executive impeaching Gachagua or the judiciary, or it was the legislatures?
It was the legislature.
Good. So, if you needed to ask for forgiveness, you should go to the legislature. People
Marasabi.
who impeached him. It doesn't matter that
The Bible says you forgive
Just
70
a
times
minute,
7.
Just a minute, my friend. It doesn't
And
matter.
we used to sing that song while we were growing up.
It is okay. It does not matter
Eh.
the number of times you're going to sing
70
the
times
song.
7.
It doesn't matter. You know, for me to forgive you, you must own up. You must say, indeed, you have said I did this. Yes, I did it. Yes, you said I stole money. Yes, I did steal the money. Please forgive me. That's when people find the grounds to forgive you. You can't just say you have been accused, you are a thief, and you come out and say, oh, please forgive me. Over what?
You win.
When we ask for forgiveness, you be honest. You say, I did this. Please forgive me. I have incited the Kenyans. I've uttered some speeches, some words came out of my mouth, which to some extent stir ethnicity. Please forgive me over this. But you just don't just come and say, please forgive me. Our producer will help us there. My dear viewers, we have to bring it to an end. And thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV. Thank you for keeping tuned to the Vibrant Morning. I am your host, Isaiah Gage. Please have a wonderful day.
I'm Odede. See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. The same time, the same place.